Hi, it's Mag Editor Sherman Home Inspections. Phone number is 971-212-7481. Website address is yourinspectionneeds.com. Today's date is Friday, June 9th, 2023. The address we're inspecting today is 2511 Southeast Sherman Street, Portland, Oregon, 97214. We are about to perform a video inspection of the property's main sewer line through the basement cleanout. The equipment being used today is the Rigid Sea Snake. This is one of the best sewer cameras in the market today. Before we begin this video inspection, it's be noted some main sewer pipes made of clay, concrete, cast iron, asbestos, and Orangeburg may be in good working order and may never have had a clogged or sewer backup before. However, due to real estate transactions, attorneys, and lawsuits, Sherlock Home Inspection must recommend the following to meet the current codes. All sewer pipes should be watertight, made of cast iron, ABS 3034 or HDPE pipe with all appropriate fittings and couplers. All sewer pipes should be free from breaks, offsets, separations, tree roots, bellies, and party sewers. Sherlock Home Inspections recommends replacing any sewer pipe that does not meet these specifications. Here we go. So right off the bat, we are in a 3-inch ABS plastic piping, and it looks like we have some good news initially in that it looked like at least everything that we've seen in the sewer piping has been nicely improved or updated with modern plastic piping material. So that is all good stuff. And then we are going to get back into an older material. So a little bit of rough connection here. It looks like the camera head doesn't have any problems getting up over the top, but there is some cast iron in the piping. Looks like maybe in the front yard. So at 14 feet, we're gonna transition. So that signifies transitioning size. So we just went from 3-inch pipe into 4-inch pipe. Signifies transitioning pipe materials. We're going from ABS plastic into cast iron, and then lastly transitioning into branch off the city lateral piping. Then we're going to transition again. So the cast iron piping and and this is terracotta clay tile piping is an older material. Probably should be considered like a deferred cost item going into this. At some point, this, even if it passes inspection today, at some point this will most likely need monitoring, or this could need updating at some point. Modernizing is what I was trying to say. This is terracotta clay tile is a soft sewer piping. It's no longer being used. A lot of this is on schedule, to be updated. There are some really scraggly, ineffectual roots coming through the line. You can see at the joint at the kind of middle right-hand side of the screen, there is some ineffectual little roots coming through. Maybe have even been cut out or trimmed back at some point. Looks like the same thing here at this joint or junction. Looks like some pretty small, inconspicuous little roots coming through. Very, very minor, just maybe some grass roots. We should be getting close to the roadway now. So through the front yard, there was a couple of areas of really minor root intrusion. Wouldn't be a bad idea to take the video and the report and pass it on to a drain repair specialist to see if he deems any necessary repairs on this. There again is just, if you look at the far right hand side of the screen right now, there's like one little scraggly grass root coming through. Very minor. There's a little bit of an offset, maybe even some minor separation there. So that's the most amount of separation that we've seen here. So for the most part, the sewer pipe looks like it's working, but we do have older piping here. It looks like that's going to be kind of unconventional lateral, but that looks like that's going to be more or less our lateral piping. Or at least there's no way to cross this divide here. So we'll call it 66 feet to what looks like the lateral piping. Again, very cool that a lot of the beginning of the sewer pipe has been updated or improved with modern plastic piping material. Unfortunately, it looks like as we get to the front yard, there still is some cast iron, there still is some terracotta clay tile. The terracotta is, for the most part, in the city of Portland, terracotta, a lot of that is on schedule to be modernized or updated or replaced. So I'd recommend inquiring with the city to determine if this line is on schedule for updating at some point. And then also, as a precaution before closing, taking this video and the report and pass it on to a drain repair specialist to see if he deems any necessary repairs currently. The pipe does appear to be that it's working, it's draining, it's doing what we need it to do for the most part, but there is a little bit of really minor root intrusion. Looks like it's at least possible that some of them have been trimmed before. So if no repairs are deemed necessary by the drain repair specialist before closing, we would recommend having a sewer scope every 2 to 3 years, keeping an eye on this line, and then of course just going into this knowing that this should be considered like a deferred cost item. At some point, the sewer piping is going to be made to, or going to need to be made to be modernized, just like the piping that's under the basement slab, the stuff that we saw in the very beginning. So I'm going to turn off the microphone and the video. I'm going to drain everything out, look at the pipe one more time in reverse. So at this point I would say that the sewer pipe needs, as a precaution, the sewer pipe needs some attention. Okay, we're going to start to pull back here. There is still some residual stuff making its way through the line. Like I said, there is some areas of minor separation, or at least like the biggest areas of wear in the entire line. Looked like that's one of them for sure. There's an area where a little bit of roots are popping through. That one almost looks like maybe it's been trimmed at some point. And then here's back to the cast iron piping.